sit in our meetings, go to our workshops, is probably one of the best ways to show them that this is not just a place where people play games. I've talked to many people who have asked me, like, what is the Guild? You know, what do you guys do? And I tell them that, you know, we're not just a bunch of nerds sitting in a room talking about latest games or, you know, what we played last week, you know. We actually discuss issues in gaming. We talk about the game industry, where it's going, where we would like to see it go. And that, you know, you don't have to be a game designer to want to join this club and be a member.
She remembered to go that way. Excellent. Congratulations.
I did have fun. I want to mention I did too. I want to mention I did too.
The VP of events has the sharp ones. Yes.
Ray, ready to give
Ray! What race is this for?
Internal affairs.
Who's his opponent?
No one.
Himself.
You got my vote. Thank you, Greg.
Dear God. This was the most competitive argument of all.
Hello, members. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Gregory Dorville, and I am running for VP of Internal Affairs. When I first heard about this club back in my freshman year, I was fascinated at the idea of a club by gamers for gamers. I could only imagine what this club could offer me and what skills used by the industry that I can learn from them. Once I became a member, I took great strides in providing any services to better this club. What makes it all worthwhile is the enthusiasm of the DDG members, or minions as August calls them. The reason I chose to run this position is to do my part in preserving and evolving the quality of club servicing and member involvement. And my reasons for applying for this position is there was something that drew me to this position. It was very insightful. It was the subtle impact that it has on the club. I recall working in my high school as an assistant to the administrator and president of the high school. What I learned from my supers is that there is a lot of behind-the-scenes work for these events to be successful in the way they are. In my school, we did school events, organizing fundraisers, contacting friends of the school, donors, alumni. The fact that my position requires feedback from you, the fact that this position requires feedback from you is that it makes its importance that much greater. And the officer position requires someone who will take responsibility. The actions this person makes will be those that are a direct result of students, of members, of minions. This cooperation will give benefits that affect the club body, and the next generation of DDG members. I will take this position and the duties it requires me to fulfill, to hear and perform to the best of my abilities. If this is my final contribution to DDG, it will be my greatest.
So, internal affairs is sort of the, next to the president, is the judge and executioner of DDG, as well as the father and mother of all the members, where you tell them, hey, you need to fill out those hours. Hey, you didn't do this. Hey, you did that good. hey, you didn't do that good, now I'm gonna have to kick you out. So, one of the things that this position requires is a very unbiased hand, following the rules to an incalculable measure, just as any jurisprudence person would do, and all the four fathers have before you. So how do you wish to maintain that? That idea of a multi-talented role where you have to be and understand, you have to be that person like a father almost to members, where you have to be heavy-handed with everyone, know everyone equally, but then despite knowing their personal prejudices, prides, and problems, you still have to maintain that balance between every single one of the members. How do you intend on doing that?
Well, I have a prior experience with this during my time as working in teams for the Bigs tournament, for the game design contest. The hardest part of dealing with members is knowing when to let them go if they're not doing their proper work. I've come to know them as friends. However, I've noticed that they haven't done the amount of work that I would like them to do. So unfortunately, I had to let them go, knowing that I'm taking from them the opportunity of getting their names out there and applying something to their portfolio. And that I feel that knowing what it's like to draw the line between friend and worker, and friend and leader, I have to understand that no one is safe from critique. No one is safe from being let go from the club. And I have to understand that the club's rules have to be upheld, because the next generation of DDG members will have to look up to me. And if they don't see me handling the rules as I should, and if they see me like, oh, he can just go, oh, I like him, he can just go, then they're gonna see that, wait, I can just do anything I want, he won't do anything about it. I have to put my foot down and I have to make sure that they don't just walk around and just do whatever. And how I propose to do that is to actually walk with them and be part of their lives during the semester. I'm as accessible to as Zachary and Abby have said, since I'm also part of the varsity. I'm able to visit the campus every day, so I can meet up with students. I can meet up with the members to see what's going on, how they're doing. If they were given jobs, I have to see, well, what's the update on the job? Have you gone back to any of the officers or to your teammates yet? Yeah, it's developing that communication between them that will help me with this position. And also
I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
Chris?
As you mentioned, Craig, this position isn't exactly the most public-facing job.
Right.
In fact, it's definitely the least public-facing job of all the officerships.
Right.
So, you know,
Secretary.
at least the secretary publishes her notes through CSI. I mean, you really don't see anything that happens, aside from when you come and you bring your hours to the VP of Internal Affairs. So I know you can't possibly know what exactly Kurt does on a day-to-day basis. But based on your reading of the Constitution and your understanding of your role as VP of Internal Affairs, what would you like to do to make the club better? What ideas do you have to make the club run better?
Well, one of the main things I wanted to do is to get the members involved in the process of making the workshops, events better by giving feedback, because I've noticed that throughout the workshops we haven't received much feedback. We participate. We look at what the the provider has to say, and then we go. We don't exactly fill anything out. So what I was hoping we would do is to do surveys. And I know that I know I'm making a lot of people cringe already, but it's pretty important to know what the person is doing wrong so that he can improve and that they can improve, and he can take that criticism and apply it to his current skill set, and he can make use of them and perform better for the next time he has to give a speech or a presentation or a workshop. And I have.
Yeah, what was your favorite workshop?
Let's see. There were quite a few.
Yes, you had to pick one.
Okay.
And it can't be the one you taught.
Okay. I did like the public speaking one. I do have problems with getting my word out, and I keep doing this. So it's important that I have to be clear with myself. Yeah, be clear to every single person.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Oh, I also want to make it a little funny that both the VP of Internal Affairs and Rowe both do this. They both karate chop as they speak.
Alright, so
Karate chop them.
before the awesome that's about to hit you in the face, just a reminder, we're going to put everybody's picture and their platform up on the Facebook. There's going to be like an album, so go on the Facebook, check it out. If you're like, man, I don't know who to vote for, go look at this platform and see which